All right, so here's the thing. We're starting with 50, right? So we want to divide that 50 into 10 places. So, which means you have only 10 chances with this 50. So we want to make the 50 like, you know, we want to make sure that that 50 has the capacity to give us 10 chances. So that's why I divide into 10 places like this. So what we are doing is we're not trying to make quick money from the market. We're trying to build steadily. At first, it will look like it's slow, just like what I'm doing currently also. It looks like it's slow at first, but with time, as it compounds, you begin to see big gains. So this is how you remain in the game and it protects you. So it took me a while to come to this conclusion, and this is what I'm sticking with now. I'm no longer trying to look for quick money, because you can get that quick money and you can also lose it fast. So I'd rather stay in the game than losing money fast. So this is 1 to 2 I'm talking about, or 1 to 3. So you can target 1 to 2 minimum, 1 to 3. You can even target up to 1 to 5, depending on how patient the person is in the market. So 1 to 2 means that you're risking 5 to get 10. 1 to 3 means you're risking 5 to get 15. So I've written it down here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to try to trade with 5, either 5,000 naira, $5, depending on the capital. Right, so in this case you're using 5,000 naira, so 5,000 to make 10,000, that's 1 to 2. 5,000 to make 15,000, that's 1 to 3. So your lots, on your MT5, you can move that TP. I think I have a video on that. There's a video on the YouTube channel. I think I shared that previously. You can move that TP, move it to see the amount you'll be getting from the trade. So just keep moving. When you see 15, you just place the trade. So if you're using 1 to 2, you get 10. If you're using 1 to 3, you get 15. Basically, depending on how patient you are, that's what determines this. So you're going to do this 2 times. So for example, you're using 1 to 2, you're going to do 5 to 10, you get $10. 5 to 10 again, you now get $20, so, or 20,000 naira. So you have done it twice. Or if you do 5 to 1 to 3, so you turn 5k to 15k, you do it 2 times, you have gotten 30k, like that. So you go on to the next number, which is 10, because you've already made either 30k or 20k. You now use 10. So you do 10 to 20 2 times, you have gotten 40. Or if you do it 10 to 30, that's 1 to 3, you get 60. So depending on which one you prefer. So now you move on to 20. After you have done this twice, you made 2 wins with this number, you move on to 20. This 20 will come from the previous win you had, which was 40. The same thing with this 10 will come from the previous win you had, which was 20 or 30. So this 20, you now turn 20 to 40. 2 times, you get 80. So now, plus this 80 you're getting now is a new profit plus the other ones you have, right? So you probably have 20 here plus 40. You made 40 here. Let's say you're using 1 to 2, you made 80 here. Right now you already have 60. You already have 140k profit right now currently from all of these wins. So that's if you're using 1 to 2. So next you want to go to $50, 50,000 naira, to make 100 2 times. Now you have made 200. So that's how you just keep compounding it. So after you've done 50, the next one will be 100 to make 200, or 100 to make 300. So where did this 100 come from? Yeah, you've previously made 200k here, so you can take 100 out of it to trade, right? So the next one will be 200, because you did this twice. Now you have 400 profit here, and then you have 600 profit here, depending on the risk to reward you're using, whether 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. So if you're using 200 now, you're making 400 here, and then or you're turning 200 to 600 in one trade. So if you did that 2 times, now you have made 800, and then or you've made 1,200, or 1.2 This is 600k. This is 1.2 million naira. So it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 good trading days to get to this point. So you can now go on to say use 500 to make 1,000 or to make 1,500. Then you multiply that by 2, and that will give you 2,000, which is 2 million naira, right? Because this is 500k, 1 million. This is 2 million naira. Or you say 1,500, which is 3 million naira, 3,000, right? So this is how you stack up the profits. Now you've made 2 million, 3 million. You can now go in with 1 million to make 2 million, then times 2, 4 million, like that. So that is how you compound. This might take a bit of time. It can take 2 weeks, but if you follow this plan consistently, you're going to get there. So now what happens if you lose a trade? Let's say you were on 50 and you lost one of this trade. So assuming you're using the AI scanners and you know how to use them properly. So you're going to, maybe you lose 150k here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the previous number, which is 20. So this was the trade management plan that I shared earlier. I already said this in the video, but yeah. So you're going to go back to the previous number, which is 20. So that you're going to try to use 20 to make 40 again, to make up for this 50 loss, or 20 to make 60 again, to make up for this 50 loss. That's why I prefer 1 to 3. Because if you do 1 to 3, if you use 20 to make 40, you cannot make up for this loss, right? You still have $10 more to make 50. But if you're doing 1 to 3, if you use 20 to make 60, that's giving you $50 plus 10 extra. So you have made up for the money you lost. So if you lose this 20, you go back to 10. If you lose 10, you go back to 5 and you start again. So this is just consistency, right? This is how, like, the trading plan that I came up with to win in the market. It can take a while, but if you keep at it, you get there.